Hello, my dear fellow dreamers. Today we find ourselves on the edge of an extraordinary adventure. Before us lies the first episode of Eclipse of the Stars. Let's dive in. The floating islands of Alarion, a land filled with majestic waterfalls, glowing crystal forests, and ancient temples suspended in the skies. The celestial constellations shine brightly above, casting an ethereal glow upon this breathtaking landscape. However, a dark, ominous eclipse is slowly creeping across the heavens, casting long shadows over Alarion. All seems lost. As the eclipse envelops the land, the camera pans to Ren Arclight, a young man with determined eyes and a strong jawline. He's clad in shining armor, a symbol of his status as a noble knight in the kingdom of Eldoria. Ren stands atop the highest tower of his family's grand castle, his gaze fixed on the celestial event unfolding above him. His normally bright cerulean eyes are clouded with worry. His lips are pursed in a thin line, betraying the turmoil in his thoughts. Despite his imposing stature and valiant reputation, Ren seems dwarfed by the immensity of the eclipse, his shoulders slumping slightly under its ominous weight. Even the vibrant colors of his heraldic lion, emblazoned on his breastplate, seem to dim in the face of this celestial darkness. Ren's face is a mixture of sadness and resolve. He's not merely witnessing a natural phenomenon. He's observing an omen, a harbinger of potential doom for his kingdom. Narration: Ren's voice. In a world where fate is written in the stars, our lives are bound to paths we cannot escape. I, Ren Arclight, a noble knight sworn to protect my kingdom, never believed that my destiny would lead me to her. Ren turns away from the ominous sky, his sapphire eyes hardening with resolve. He knows his duty is clear. He must protect his people from the impending darkness. Yet a sense of foreboding lingers, suggesting that this eclipse is more than just a celestial event. It's a prelude to a grander, more profound narrative that he's only beginning to comprehend. Cut 2. Ren stands before a council of elders and lords, all eyes on him. His father, the noble lord of the kingdom, stands beside him, his face etched with concern. Lord of the kingdom. Ren, your oath is clear. You must protect our lands from the invaders. The kingdom depends on you. Do you understand? Ren's hand rests on his sword hilt, his eyes distant, lost in thought. Ren, my lord, I am bound by duty, but there are whispers of something greater, a force I cannot ignore. The stars themselves call for something else. The council murmurs uneasily. These elders and lords, some with long flowing beards and others adorned with jeweled crowns, represent the political elite of Eldoria. Their faces are a mix of skepticism and apprehension. Lord of the kingdom, sternly. You know your duty. You have no choice but to obey. Your life is no longer yours. Ren clenches his fist, his jaw set in determination. He feels the weight of his responsibility, the expectations of his kingdom pressing down on him. Yet a part of him, symbolized by the faint glimmer in his cerulean eyes, remains drawn to the enigmatic call of the stars. The arrival of Selene, a dense forest. Sunlight filters through the canopy, dappling the ground in emerald light. Birds chirp merrily, seemingly oblivious to the danger that lurks in the shadows. On a moss-covered stone sits Ren, his head in his hands, deep in thought. The clash between his duty and his destiny continues to torment him. Suddenly, the forest around them shimmers, the air crackles with energy, and a figure materializes in front of Ren. It's Selene Amara, a warrior princess, tall and regal, her armor faintly glowing with ancient symbols. Her fiery red hair flows down her back like molten lava, and her emerald eyes gleam with determination. Ren startles, drawing his sword in a flash. Ren, eyes wide. Who are you? What magic is this? Selene raises her hands in a gesture of peace, her lips curving into a faint smile. Selene, fear not, Ren Arclight. I am here to help you fulfill your destiny. She takes a step forward and her presence fills Ren with a strange sense of familiarity, as if their paths were always meant to converge here. Ren lowers his sword slightly, intrigue battling with caution in his demeanor. Ren, cautiously, "Destiny? How can you say such a thing? And why should I trust you?" Celine's smile widens, revealing a hint of mischief beneath her stoic exterior. "Celine, because I am Celine Amara, the one the stars have chosen to carry out the prophecy. And I need your help, Ren Arclight." She steps closer still, and the energy around her is like a force of nature, both powerful and irresistible. Ren stands frozen, caught between his sworn duty and the compelling presence of this mysterious warrior princess. His mind races, trying to piece together the cryptic clues she's dropped, searching for a way to reconcile her claims with his obligations to his kingdom. The very essence of his being seems to be in conflict, torn between the known world of his oaths and the beckoning unknown of the prophecy. Scene 3. The journey begins. Celine places a hand on Ren's shoulder, her touch surprisingly warm and grounding. "Celine, are you coming, Ren? The stars wait for no one." As she turns away, her armor seems to shimmer, catching the sunlight and transforming it into a radiant glow. Ren hesitates for a moment longer, then sheathes his sword and joins her. "Ren. All right, let's go." Side by side, they traverse the mystical realm of Alarion. Soon they come across a vast open plain, the wind whipping through the tall grasses. As they continue their journey, the sky darkens ominously, and a huge black shape emerges in the distance, blotting out the sun. The creature thunders toward them, its massive jaws agape. Celine leaps into action, drawing her sword, which bursts into a shower of sparks. "Celine, hold out your hand, Ren." A strange tingling sensation courses through Ren as he extends his arm. Celine places her hand on his, and a surge of magical energy flows between them. Her sword glows with newfound power. Ren watches in awe as Celine effortlessly slices through the beast's tough hide. "Ren, incredible." Celine grins, her eyes twinkling with excitement. "Celine, this is just a taste of what we're up against. Are you ready, Ren?" With Celine's guidance, Ren fights with a ferocity he didn't know he possessed. Together, they defeat the serpent and watch as it collapses into a pile of dust. Panting, Ren looks at Celine with newfound admiration and respect. "Ren, you're incredible." Celine smiles faintly, her gaze fixed on the dust cloud in the distance. "Celine, this is why the prophecy chose me. But I can't do this alone. I need you, Ren." Ren hesitates, torn between his duty and the growing bond he feels with Celine. He glances at the receding darkness, then back at the princess. "Ren, I don't know if I can." Scene 4. A moment of reflection. That night, they camp by a small gurgling stream, the soft sound of water soothing their weary minds. As the flames of their campfire dance and flicker, casting dancing shadows on the surrounding trees, Ren finally finds his voice. "Ren, how do you live with the knowledge that your fate is already decided? That the stars have written your path?" Celine stares into the fire, her face softened by the flickering light. "Celine, I don't. I choose to live in the moment, to make the choices that matter right now. The stars may show us the way, but it's up to us whether we walk it." Ren looks at her, conflicted. There's a deep sadness in his eyes. "Ren, I wish I could be as certain as you." Scene 5. The eclipse approaches. The next morning, they reach the ancient temple hidden deep within the heart of the forest. Its moss-covered stones seem to whisper secrets from ages past. However, as they approach the entrance, the sky darkens. The eclipse of the stars is upon them. The temple seems to pulse with energy, and a shadowy figure appears in front of them. It's the dark sorcerer, tall and imposing, his eyes glowing with the same ominous light as the eclipse itself. Dark Sorcerer. You're too late, Princess. The relic is mine. The stars no longer favor you. Selene steps forward, her eyes flashing with resolve. Selene. You underestimate the power of the stars and my will. The Dark Sorcerer raises his hands, and a bolt of dark energy shoots toward Selene. She deflects it with her sword, and the two engage in an intense battle. Ren fights alongside her, his movements fluid and graceful. But he struggles with his choice, unsure if he should follow his duty or listen to the call of the stars. Selene, wounded, looks at Ren. Selene, weakly. Ren, the prophecy is not just about me, it's about both of us. If we don't stand together, the world will fall. Ren, torn, looks back at her, his eyes filled with determination. Ren, then together, we fight. He charges forward, his sword glowing brightly. Scene 6. The Clash of Fate. The battle rages, shaking the very foundations of the ancient temple. Ren and Selene fight as one, their movements synchronized, their attacks relentless. The Dark Sorcerer, despite his immense power, begins to falter, his attacks becoming less precise, his movements slower. Finally, with a combined effort, Ren and Selene strike him down. The Dark Sorcerer collapses, his chest heaving, defeated. As the eclipse of the stars reaches its peak, Ren and Selene stand at the entrance to the temple, breathing heavily. They exchange a look, a silent acknowledgement of their shared victory and the challenges that lie ahead. As the ancient temple reveals its secrets, they stand on the brink of fulfilling the prophecy, united by their bond and the hope of saving Alarion. But the true test, they know, has just begun. Ren looks up at the darkening sky, his expression a mixture of awe and determination. Ren, I don't know what's written in the stars, Selene, but I know one thing. I'll choose my path with you. Selene returns his gaze, a soft smile gracing her lips. Selene, and I with you, Ren. As the final moments of the eclipse envelop them, the ancient temple behind them seems to glow with celestial light. Their fates intertwined, they step forward into the unknown, ready to face whatever challenges await them together. Narration, Ren's voice. In the end, perhaps fate is not about what the stars decide, but about the choices we make, together. Fade to black. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through Eclipse of the Stars. Episode 1 has come to an end, but our story is just beginning. We hope you've enjoyed the adventure so far, and are as eager as we are to see what the future holds for Ren and Selene. Until next time, keep looking up at the stars, because even in the darkest eclipses, there's always a glimmer of hope waiting to be found.